Hey y'all, welcome to the homestead. I just wanted to come on today and just have a little chit chat with you guys. Haven't really done one of these before, so we'll see how it goes. But I wanted to talk to you about my weight loss journey, just briefly. I won't get into any great details, but growing up, I was always teenager, young. I was always super skinny, but as an adult, I've been mostly overweight most of my life, and just as I age, I've just gained more and more weight. And so I've tried just about everything that you can try, and I found a couple of things that's worked a little bit, and one of those is HCG drops. And I don't know if any of some of you may know what that is, but there was a doctor that discovered it. He used it as with some teenage boys who had the man boob thing going on, and he found out they were actually using it for something else. You have to look him up. Dr. Simone is his name, or Simeon. Look him up online. It was back in the 50s or 60s time frame, and he found that it worked with weight loss. And it's a very strict diet. You take these drops, and then you eat 500 calories a day, which seems like, not very much. No wonder you lose weight kind of thing. But the premise of the diet is that these hormones, they causes your body to release its own fat. And so you're actually living off of that fat that you're releasing along with the 500 calories. And it's very strict. You get minimal food. There's certain vegetables that you have to eat. And then you get the 100 grams of lean meats twice a day. And then your vegetables twice a day. And then you get some fruit, strawberries, oranges, apples, or grapefruit. The really interesting thing is that you're really not hungry on these drops. So it's kind of interesting to me how you can't be hungry and you're just eating 500 calories, other than the fact that it is actually releasing your fat, and that's what you're using to sustain yourself. But anyway, I have done this several times in the past, and I have always lost weight on it, and so I'm trying it again. I've since last year, sometime May-ish, probably last year. So it's probably been really close to a year now that I've done some rounds here and there. And you do a 21-day round up to 40 days on this 500 calories. Then you stabilize for 3 weeks. So if you stop and think about it, typically you lose somewhere between 15 and 20 pounds in that 3 weeks. And then you have 3 weeks that you don't lose anything, and you stabilize your weight where you're at for 3 weeks. So in a 6-week period, you're losing 15 to 20 pounds, which if you calculate that out, 6 weeks, that's really not a lot of weight. So, but it is definitely more than what you're going to lose if you're not trying to lose some. So that's kind of how I look at that. And then after that 3 weeks is stable, then you can go back to losing and do another round again. And I mean, it works. And so I'm going to try it. I love carnivore. I feel so much better when I'm doing carnivore, but I've just not lost any weight on it. So what I'm doing is I'm doing these rounds of the HCG, and then when I stabilize, and in between rounds, then I try to do carnivore, which, I've not been super successful about that either. But anyway, so I'm fixing to eat my first meal. I had strawberries for breakfast. I had 12 strawberries. And so for lunch, I'm having some chicken and some celery, and I cooked it in a tablespoon. You get 2 tablespoons of coconut oil a day, and so I usually use 1 tablespoon for my first meal and then another tablespoon for my second meal. And so I've got my chicken and my celery in here, and I am kind of going a little bit off-road with some jalapenos. So here, let me show you. Here, this thing so that's what it looks like. Anyway, so maybe if I do these here videos on my weight loss journey, then it'll make me more accountable. So if anybody wants any information about the HCG drops, just let me know. I'm not affiliated with the company I get them from at all. I just know that this works, and that if you're having trouble or struggling, that maybe it can help you too. So thanks for joining me, and I'll probably do some more of these what am I eating today kind of videos, and give you some updates on my weight. Right now I'm not going to say how much I weigh. Yeah. So but maybe later I'll fill you in on what I started at and what I'm at, and I'll for sure let you know how much that I have lost. And if you want to know more about the diet itself, look it up. It's the HCG protocol, Dr. Simeon. It's like Simeon, I think is how you spell it. But it's on the internet, so we'll talk to y'all later.